Should be live. Good morning, everyone. I am a little bit exhausted this morning, but that's just normal these days. As you can see, I was in the middle of something here yesterday. The initial plan was to go up to my parents' cottage today, but I didn't get anything done yesterday. So here we are. Oh, got a spider. Oh, I don't know where he went. How are you, Mr. Cordone? The spider is just chilling. Oh, you can see him there. Right there. Okay. So I did not find my whatchamacallits, my plugs, my Anderson plugs yesterday. So that didn't happen. But we do have to make a video. So we'll probably do that. I was charging my GoPro batteries. It's probably my last fishing outing of the year, at least up at the cottage. It's a bit awkward to get up there. It takes a long drive. So put this stuff away. During the winter, I'll have a lot of work to do to the outboard as well. So I'll probably make a video on that. Some videos on that. By the way, I took a look. How's it going, MT? I took a look at finding a part I need for my outboard. It was like $400 US for a used one. So needless to say, I'll be fixing that myself. It'll be cheaper if I just get one CNC'd. Pretty insane, huh? And I'm not talking about PCBWay sponsorship CNC'd. I mean full price PCBWay CNC is cheaper. There's going to be an early coffee break today. I'll tell you that for sure. Everything's falling. There we go. We are in full swing. So I need to take a look at this today. Like we've already looked at it, but I need to make a video on this. Ella Crow is asking about it. Following my video for the I2C scanner, I have had, I don't know if you guys know JLC PCB. Fun fact, they are the first company I had a PCB made by. So my first PCBs were made by JLC, but I had paid for them because of their insane advertising, right? They were supporting so many creators that I loved. Notably, Julian Eilert was probably the biggest one. And so I had ordered PCBs from them. But anyways, they have different departments. They have PCBs, they have CNCs, they have 3D printing, they have machine parts. But each department seems to reach out to YouTubers separately. And so I've got like a bunch of emails from them, and they want to sponsor the channel. But the issue is, I don't know on their end, but PCBWay will not be happy if I accept a sponsorship from them. And in the past, JLC has offered way less than PCBWay offered, so we'll see. So yeah, that's the question here. So today we have to plan what this video is like. The only part I'm not super happy about is I will need to do some screen capture, and it's kind of hard because I'm already capturing the screen for the stream. So like I have my goal up here. So yeah, let me check. I don't think I've gained any Patreons, so I don't have to move that goal forward. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't show how many paid members. Oh, God damn it. Screen. See, it just says 73 members. It doesn't say how many paid members. I have to do it on my other browser. No, I have not. It hasn't moved. Yeah. So, essentially, if I get 10 new Patreons, I'm going to buy a Camlink 4K, and I will fix the capture of the microscope. So that's the deal. That's the deal, my dears. And the problem is fixing the microscope capture is a lot more work than you think. Because, careful if you're motion sick, I'm going to turn the camera. Look at that mess. So I have to clean up all of that mess. So yeah, it's going to be a big job. So what do we think about this? Let me start a pros and cons list. Because I've learned that if I LibreOffice, can I do a pay for the whole year? Dashboard, membership. Add a tier. Hang on, let's see. I don't see. I don't see how I can do that. It's asking me per. Other channels have it. Okay, hang on a sec. Oh, you're not even on my screen. This guy. Someone pay here at once. Profile, creator settings. There is no creator settings. Bottom left, yeah. Creator settings. There's no such, oh, settings here. Settings. Tiers or getting paid section. There's none of this. None of those things are on the screen. Well, maybe it's because I don't have enough income coming in. Because I've never made $200 a month. How's it going, JB? We're just trying to figure out how to Patreon fix Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Billing model. Subscription billing or charge up front. If you're using a different billing model. I can't even change all that. No idea. I don't have any idea. Okay. So, let's put nice and big so you guys can read it. Center. This is the Elecro RP 2350 kit. All right. So, positives. Definitely get this smaller. By the way, I installed Linux yesterday. It did not go well. It really didn't go well. Now, my old computer that I installed it on is old, and it has an NVIDIA GPU, so I completely understand those problems, but it was not good. It took 15 minutes post-installation to have to adjust something that needed the terminal. So that was not great. All right, so positives. Compact. All in one. Comes in a case. That's good. Good selection Jesus Christ, I can't type. Of components. Can't really complain about that. Right, and just so we're clear what it is, it's the Crow RP2350 kit. How's it going, Mr. Ireland? Oh, since Mr. Ireland is here, I need to... Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I gotta go get coffee later anyways. I want to show you guys something, but I'll show you guys after. All right, so we're talking about this right now. So let's keep that in mind. So yes, needless to say, installation of Linux did not go well. Properly labeled. Includes display. USB Type-C powered. Okay, negatives. Well, the course is the positive, but also the negative. So course, well laid out, clear, colorful. The negatives is the course uses C++ instead of Python or Arduino C. That is weird. That is very weird that it uses C++. If you go... So there's the kit. User manual. Okay, here. So there's the lessons. They use the Arduino IDE, which is weird. But then no, okay, this is good. Yeah, that works. So that is all fine. But look, what is going on? This is like freaking intense. Like what is going on? This is weird. Is this C++ or Arduino C? It is Arduino C. It's like hard to follow. Like, I don't know, this is not this is not clear to me. I've never coded like this. it just looks weird. Yeah, compact logic, no comments. Yeah, it's just a bit weird. The Arduino C is not written beginner friendly. That's a thing. And it's like crazy dense. Like it's not readable. And there's no there's no comments. So this is clear. While not serial. Why is this? That line waits for the USB serial to be connected. While not serial, but there's no there's no nothing. Like, shouldn't there be a curly Q? So this is setup, serial begin, and then shouldn't there be something in the while? Morning, Lock Watcher. Anyways, it's not my place to comment on the code, but there's no comments. Like, I wouldn't take this. If I was learning coding like this, whatever, like this, I would have never been able to learn. Nothing to execute while looping. Weird. So that's a big negative to me. Also, there was something that says it is no code to run, so just a very fast infinite loop. So the other thing is when you scan the QR code, yeah, Franco's definitely napping. So it says the app is not found on my device when I scan this with my phone. I don't want the app. I'm going to try my other phone. No, there we go. Okay. So it brings me to elecro.com. But like, this should bring you to this product, no? Now I don't remember if I got, okay, this is part of it too. But yeah, it really should bring you, like, there's no QR code here, there's no instruction manual, so there should be a QR code bringing you to the course, but there isn't. Okay, that's fine. So then, if you go elecro.com, Okay, so you go RP 2350. Oh, there it is. And then you have to scroll. So here's the lessons, right? We're still not there. They're still selling the product. User manual. So that's far down. I think less effort was put into the support, because it's not like the support isn't there. Oh yeah, also, so that's the software, because you have to grab the code. RP. Okay, so the code is here. I'm going to click this. So that should be, oh my God. So you got to go down to like page. What page is it? Okay, you got to go down to page 10 and then open link in new tab. And then here it is. How's it going, Franco? Good morning. Okay, where's the lesson now? Factory source code? No. Example? Oh yeah, so examples. So yeah, you have to go dig through a whole bunch of this stuff. So, not a fan of that. Not a big fan of that. This should really, I think it should be like this. Obviously. The code should be given like this. So you can just copy paste it directly. You don't need to go into GitHub. I mean, they have a website. They have a website. They should just host it here. Copy and paste is so much easier. Okay, so I think we've got it. We're gonna look into it, see what we got. There's a lot of good positives. And really the negative is very minor. Because some teacher, like this is for schools. This is obviously like focused for schools. How's it going, Gerald? So some teacher can take this and write decent Arduino code, and then that would be fine. Also, I think Arduino is dead. by the way, since it was bought. Who just bought out Arduino? Qualcomm. I think Arduino is dead. So anyways, when I oh, fuck off. Can I just look at the, here we go. So when I get to here, so I'm in here somewhere. When I get down here, I'm going to start switching everything over to Python. I think we're coding with such capable micros today that I think I'm going to end up in Python. Change with the R4, or do you mean this new thing, the SBC in Uno form factor? The thing is, it's going to be too expensive. It's just going to be simply too expensive. Like, it's 50 euros. 40, how much is it? 47.60. It's like $100. Well, if that's true, let's see. Okay, so $66. I guess you can only buy it from Raspberry Pi right now. I mean, from Arduino. $44 Canadian. DigiKey and Mouser. Okay. Mouser. I have a credit with Mouser. Uno Q. Can I just buy it? So I got $67 here. In November. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. If you can send me a link to where you guys bought it in Canada, let me know, because I'll dump $66 on it. But I'm kind of scared that it's gonna just die. Because the R4, I paid a shit ton for my R4, and it's a piece of crap. I want my money back. It's very crap. Okay, anyways, I need to get coffee, and then we can film this. Let me just pound back my coffee. Be right back. It's Arduino Pi. Tough to say how it'll do. Yeah, we'll see. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I am back. So I've been looking for, so I have a super special limited edition thing that I got last weekend, and I thought I had lost it. So I was looking for yesterday and this morning. Turns out I put it right next to my work PC. Anyways, oh, what's going on? Auto streams YouTube's freaking out because I was muted. So, super limited edition. I didn't get it autographed, but look at that. I got a Basement Electronics hat. I met up with Curtis in the chat there last weekend, and he gave me a hat. What a nice guy. So yeah, unfortunately I got it right when I was cleaning up for my my brother-in-law's visit. He was staying overnight, but yeah, look at that. Let's see if I can find the motors. No, if the motors are here, then they're mine. So yeah, I just thought when I got home, I was like, shit, I should have just asked him to sign it and put it up on the wall. Basement Electronics is the second YouTuber. I was going to say first, but second YouTuber I meet up with. Gabe from Save It for Parts is my first one. Great guy. So, there we go. You know what? I was the difference is, Curtis, that you put thought in your gift. And I was like, what do people like to do? Soldering. But yeah, thank you very much, Curtis. And by the way, you can go check out his YouTube channel, Basement Electronics. Doing live streams as well these days, a little bit less often than we would hope, but still great to go take a look at. Okay, so what do I need here? I have no SD card, and it is a little dark, and it is a little battery deady. So, anyways, I'm glad we can have a good exchange. I do feel slightly sentimental when it comes to things like that, so I may not ever wear the hat, but I will cherish it. I am rough on my hats, so can do the usual Tuesday evening stream this week because you're in training. Oh, grats! Training is fun. I love training. You learn new stuff. So yeah, I these days, for the last couple of years, I've been buying hats on AliExpress to beat the snot out of. So that hat that I was wearing when we met up is from AliExpress as well. And it just so happened it matched your son, which was interesting. Whether or not he wants to reveal what that means, that's up to him. I'm not sharing any family details. I think I will roll with the slightly darker. Oh, it's because my lights are down. More light. More light. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That should do. That should do indeed. Delicious coffee. Nectar of the gods. Both were specific vehicle themed. Yes, they were. They were indeed. But yeah, typically, if there is a content creator in town, I will gladly meet up with them. I just don't do like on-camera stuff. Like we can do collaborations. Actually, Curtis, that's an idea. At some point, maybe we should do a collaboration video. Considering I have a few more subscribers than you, maybe we can boost your numbers. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I would love to do something. Maybe we can get it sponsored, where we have like a goal, like we have a project or something in mind, and we have like $100 to spend at Q-Kits to make it happen, or something like that. Don't know. You know, possibilities are endless. Okay, that is nicely in focus. Looks like YouTube has a new collaboration feature. Oh yeah, there we go. Exactly like that. Good selection of components, properly labeled, includes display. So I'll try to do an intro, but I'll try to make it yada yada yada, you know, happen very quickly, and we'll see how it goes. Elecro graciously sent me this all-in-one. Oh, nobody warned me about the mics. Franco. This is Franco's fault. God damn it. I need to make a checklist, like a pre-flight checklist. Okay, I need the dead cat. This one here. I blame Franco. Yeah, you did. You're slipping. I'll have to dock that out of your pay. All right, let's try this again. Elecro sent me this all-in-one starter kit for Pico 2 to have a look at, and I think on the very surface the principle was... Let's try that again. Let me just, I'll just delete these two shit files because they are pretty big. How do you delete? Delete. I can't see all my buttons because the stupid way my setup is. Fine, whatever. I'll just delete them later. Elecro sent me this all-in-one starter kit for Pico 2 to take a look at, and I graciously accepted. No, you don't want to say graciously. God damn it, Dan, what are you doing? Freaking idiot. All right. Elecro sent me this all-in-one starter kit for Pico 2, and I accepted because I think it's a really cool concept. So what it is a very small briefcase. It looks a lot bigger online. And when you open it, it has pretty much all you need to start learning the Pi Pico 2. So you've got some servo horns, you've got a USB Type-C connector, you've got a remote control, and then you've got the device itself. Now, what's really good about this is that you get kind of a good selection of pretty much all the sensors and lights and stuff you'd want when you're getting started with this thing. And I'm going to zoom you in a little bit closer to show you why this thing excels. All right. Yeah, I've asked ChatGPT for scripts before. It is horrible. It is actually bad, like very bad. It tries to Mr. Beast everything. Let's see if this is within the minimum focusing distance. It is. So this is how well thought of. Oh my god, stupid. Also, I can't read, it's too far away. So this part is greatly appreciated. If you can see, every component is in a little box, so you know that these labels belong to that component and all the support components as well. But then they tell you which GPIO each component is connected to, which is really good. So here you see we've got a buzzer, vibration motor, servo motor, we've got a linear potentiometer, we've got a couple LEDs on transistor drivers, we've got a keypad, touch sensor, IR sensor. Over here, we've got a relay, we've got a light sensor, we've got hall sensor, gas sensor, sound. This is an environmental sensor, temperature, humidity, like a DHT22 or something like that. We've got a gyro accelerometer, so you can move this whole box. We've got a gyro and accelerometer, so you can move this whole box, a DHT22 type sensor. We've got the ultrasonic for distance, and then we've got a big ol' LCD, which is very nice to see, again with the address written on it. And then we've got a whole bunch of these NeoPixel style LEDs, WS28112s or whatever. And here is your Raspberry Pi Pico, Pico 2. And here is your Raspberry Pi Pico 2. So everything is nice and compact, all in one area, and everything is connected. You don't have to deal with breadboard jumpers. So let's plug this thing in and see what it looks like. Hopefully that was in focus. Oh yeah, I'll mention that when we demo it, just right now. Zoom out, way out. In 4K, I really don't need to be this close. I need to remind myself of that. Okay. Let's have a sip of coffee. Friendly Giant, yep. That's a little bit before my time, but it was still airing during my time, so I've seen it. All right, so now we're gonna have to figure out some USB here. Oh boy. I should have stayed in bed today. I started the stream an hour later so I could sleep, but maybe I should have started the stream another hour later than that. I'm exhausted. But anyways, enough with my complaining. Oh shit. I got a lot of stuff to clean up. Damn. What am I doing again? Looking for a USB power supply. This crappy one will do. Your 120 in one project kit with the wires and little springs. Yeah, I have one of those. I don't know where it is now. It's in this mess somewhere. I honestly have enough stuff in my workshop. Okay, I'm gonna remove this because it's a crinkly freaking label. I have enough stuff in my workshop to make videos for years. They're so low quality though. They work. They're just so low quality. All right, so let's plug her in. Plug her in now. Funk Soul Brothers, right about now. Okay, and then we're gonna put this over here. And we're gonna plug this thing to it. Usually makes a big spark. There we go. All right, so here we go. So this is the default program that comes with it. So I'm going to plug it in here. And we're going to give it a second to boot. Okay, I think this USB charger kicked the bucket. Nope, my extension cord kicked the bucket. God damn it. This is a Dollarama cord. Dunk Soul. Did I make a Funk Soul Brother reference? I do that sometimes. I'm struggling through this. Anyways. Yeah, okay. I do it without even realizing. I also quoted Gordon Ramsay a little bit ago. This is a brand new power cord. It's just from the dollar store. The plug's just very loose. So let's get this plugged in here, and this is the default program that comes from the factory. There we go. See, it starts up. Something I did forget to mention in the intro is this is actually a touch screen. So not only is it a good LCD display, but it has touch as well. I believe it's similar to the one on the cheap yellow display. So right now, let's just hit their style, and then there we go. It's got some NeoPixel action. Change that style there, and that style there. And it has scroll, style 4. There we go. So that's pretty neat. Then it says course learning. You need to use the course. Please flash the course firmware. We'll get to that in a moment. And then there's a mini game. This is a little bit disappointing, this demo sketch. I think if I were them, I would have a demo sketch that used all of the controls here, all of the stuff. You know, you can make some stuff work when you just plug it in, but that's not the case. So let's try these mini games here. Little Dinosaur. Okay, so here he's running. It's running very slowly, and then to jump, you click, and oh look, I died. Let's try again. So run and jump. There we go. We got to wait really long time, and it's supposed to speed up and get harder. So that's that, and then we can reset it to get back. and then to the mini games and bouncing ball. And then this is, I believe, yeah, this one's controlled with these keys. But again, look how slow it is running. I don't even know if you can see that red pixel going around. The collision's not very great. We'll reset that. And we're going to try Snake for Eating. This one, to me, oh, there we go. This one to me is very difficult because it doesn't respond quickly to your key presses. You know, I understand. Oh, see, it didn't respond. So I understand that this is not, you know, easy to program, and this costs some real developer time to do. But I would have liked better demos, and instead of games, I would have preferred that they have, you know, switches and stuff, or, you know, indicators that light up when you hit these buttons to make sure they work, that you have some sort of way to activate every device that needs to be activated, you know, some sort of gradient or something that, you know, you can move with the potentiometer. It's not quite there in terms of support, but the hardware is awesome. All right. Classical. What did I miss here? I got some reference from my memory happening all the time. Same problem. Yeah, okay, I agree, Lockwatcher. Yeah, something like that. A lit up massive with everything. I mean, you went through the work of doing all this. You might as well. Okay, so next I want to take it apart instead of turning it on. How come I have a bit in my hand? Oh, there we go. That's where it fits. Okay, so I need a Phillips bit. And before we take a look at the course that this comes with, let's take it apart, because I have not taken it apart yet. Ooh, this one's loose. That's interesting. I want to see what it looks like on the bottom side. I don't expect there to be much, because the pie is right here in the middle. Oh, am I missing a screw? Nope, there we go. Comes out and flips around. Okay, that's an interesting way to mount it. So first and foremost, we've got some acrylic pieces with some standoffs, double-sided tape to the bottom. So that's there. We've got a pass-through USB Type-C, but that looks kind of like a custom jobby. And then we've got a connector. Should be able to remove that. There we go. And then here is the board. So very interesting. Here you've got another connector here for the servo. So I guess you can connect a 4-wire servo, or they could connect a 4-wire servo, but that means you can probably solder to this and you know, take out your own servo. Servo wiring is neatly tucked in there, which is pretty good. Got your TFT panel with the support resistors, and that's about it. Oh, and we've got a little micro on the backside of the RP2350. So not much to see here. Very interesting that they chose this style of mounting. I wonder how strong that would be in shock loads. Now, obviously, you're not going off-roading with this thing specifically, but if you're buying like 100 of these for a, let's say a college class to introduce people to electronics and programming, some of them may arrive dislodged, right? Shipping is kind of vicious, at least in this part of the world. But I do like the concept of having it all in a hard box. You're not going to damage any of these things. And obviously, the circuit board being one piece is also kind of pricey, right? If I were to do this, I would make it in modules, which would make it less tough but cheaper. They chose to make it tougher and slightly more expensive. Interesting. Let's go check out that course now. Well, the whole thing is a circuit board. I mean, you can see, if I angle it properly, you can see the traces. See there? It's proper. I mean, it's a pretty good design, I have to say. I do like the idea of these kinds of kits. Now the bad part is if you damage something, which you shouldn't because it's all integrated, right? But if you do damage something, you're not going to be able to replace it. Modules might be more expensive for final assembly. Possibly. Uh, 18650s, possibly. Maybe not. Definitely a pouch cell. Definitely a pouch cell. Did I get that all on film? 3 minutes and 13. Let's see. I think so. I don't remember shutting off the camera.
And before we take a look at the course that this comes with.
Yeah, let me just going to make sure I got everything.
I do like the concept of having it all in a hard box. You're not going to damage any of these things. And obviously, the circuit board being one piece is also kind of pricey, right? If I were to do this, I would make it in modules, which would make it less tough but cheaper. They chose to make it tougher and slightly more expensive. Interesting. Let's go check out that course now.
Yeah, I got it all. Good. Good, good, good. All right. So now I have to figure out how I'm going to film this. Oh boy. Oh, I've got a stiff back this morning. Screen. All right. By the way, I'm not sure, but I might be switching back over to Windows on my home theater PC. I installed Linux yesterday, and it didn't go so well. Linux is just, I understand that there are times and places for it, but the fact that it couldn't run my old ass software, my old ass computer, as good as Windows could, kind of embarrassing, to be honest. That's interesting that they say it's a wireless. Because it's not wireless. Just shut this down too. Because they have a picture here of a wireless one. So it's not the distro, it's that it runs like garbage. So I installed Linux Mint first, and like I couldn't do a network share. Like, okay, so let me explain the topology here. So I have I'm gonna take off these mics while I talk. I have a home theater PC, which is my old AMD Phenom rig when I upgraded to this computer like 8 years ago. No, not this one. You have to get a wireless version. So I use that PC in my living room to watch TV. And on that PC, connected to that PC, is an 8 terabyte drive with my various Linux ISOs. But mostly it's like my network attached storage for the moment. So I installed Linux Mint with the proper drivers, like the NVIDIA Nouveau drivers and everything. And then I couldn't share the network drive. It told me I don't have permission to share my USB drive, which I was like, interesting, because I'm the root user. I'm the super user. Like, what do you want? Looking it up, it turns out I needed to do some command line, like right off the bat. So like not even 15 minutes after putting the ISO drive in the computer, it's like, oh yeah, you need to unmount the drive, remount it differently. Then you have to manually edit the Samba config. And I was like, okay, this is stupid, but I did it. And once I did that, my computer kept freezing. So froze, restart, froze, restart. I think it was up to like 8 times. And I was like, I had enough of this shit. So I went back to my PC down here, downloaded Pop OS, because I heard that Pop OS is like a very locked down thing. Like you can't do anything to break it, essentially, especially after Linus broke it. But so I installed Pop OS, and I still can't do a network share. So that one's even more locked down. I can't do shit. I have to do everything command line. I can't even like right click and share this drive. So I kind of gave up. So I went, I logged into my Amazon Prime Video, because my wife and I watch TV while we eat, and the screen is tearing like crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys know what screen tearing means, but essentially it's when the image doesn't refresh the entire screen. It's refreshing parts of the screen. And so you see a bit of the previous frame on top, and at the bottom is the new frame, and vice versa. Or like in diagonals are weird. And the thing is, there are no video options. There's none. Like, I can change my refresh rate. I change it from 60 hertz to, 59.44 or whatever it is. Didn't do anything to help. So it runs like garbage. Yeah, there we go. Screen tearing. Yeah, horrible. So I don't know now. So the problem is I didn't get far enough on my Linux Mint install to be able to tell if Linux Mint had horrible screen tearing. And so before I install too much crap, I probably am going to try to reinstall Linux Mint and hope it doesn't freeze. I don't know. The next thing I can try is Ubuntu or something. I have no idea. Honestly, I am like this close to just installing Windows 11 and saying sod it. I was pretty excited for the fact that I won't have to like reinstall stuff constantly, or like do updates constantly while losing access to my PC while it happens. So yeah, I'm just kind of a bit frustrated. However, I did learn about something. I think it's Voltoy. What is that software you install on a USB, then just drag on whatever image you want to boot from? Ventoy. So I didn't know this stuff existed. So this looks sketchy as all hell. However, what you do is you install. Okay, let me back this up a little bit. When you want to install Windows or Linux or whatever, you download the image onto your computer, and then you use something like Balena Etcher or Rufus to burn the image to your thumb drive. Okay? Now, the interesting thing is that you can only have one image on your thumb drive. So this is a 32 gig thumb drive, so it's fairly small. However, Linux was like 3 gigs. So I can only have one image of Linux on here. Except when it comes to Ventoy. So you download and install Ventoy. It's a free piece of software. And then you burn Ventoy onto this. And then this continues to appear as a USB drive. Then you take your ISOs and you drag them onto the USB drive. And what you do is you boot from this, it boots into Ventoy, and then it gives you a list of all the images you have on here, and you select which one you want to boot to. So right now, I have Windows 10, Windows 11, I have Pop! OS, and I have Linux Mint on here. And that means I can plug this into my laptop, boot from it, and then you just, yeah. There is a Mint XIA, which has XFCE, a light desk. I don't think, it's not chugging though. Like, it's not slow. In fact, it's quite responsive. Linux Mint and Pop! OS worked really well. The problem is Mint continuously froze, and Pop! OS doesn't give me any options. Like, I can't do shit. I mean, at least in Windows, you have options. Now, they may be obtusely buried somewhere, But at least in Windows, you do have options. So yeah, really cool, this Ventoy thing. I recommend it to everyone. And apparently, it's tough. It's like very hard to get old systems to boot from USB, which is what I had trouble with also. And Ventoy worked perfectly. So download Cinnamon. So here, doesn't support as many features as Cinnamon, but it's lighter on resource uses. But again, it worked. It just froze after I did the tweaks, mind you. After I did, so here, let me new chat. I have Linux Mint installed, and my USB hard drive used to be connected to Windows install cannot be shared over my network. Please help. So watch this. Okay. So, okay, let's go step by step. So it's probably NTFS permissions in Samba sharing configuration. Okay. So in the terminal, you run whatever this is. So immediately within 15 minutes, first of all the Linux people tell you don't run random shit in the terminal. First step, first thing to do, run random shit in the terminal. Okay. Yeah, whatever. If it's NTFS, but permissions work differently, okay, whatever. So then you gotta unmount, but here's the problem. I have some distros to download and give it. Yeah, Ventoy is awesome. So here, sudo unmount, okay, your drive. Okay, it was sudo, whatever. Super user do, I think is what it means. But my drive here has a space in it. So I had to put this in quotes, and it still didn't work, or you can escape it. It's a freaking pain in the ass. But again, you have to do this. Like what is this? I don't know. Actual drive info. So it's like crazy. Temporarily, by editing. What does this even mean? Who knows? Anyways, install Samba. Yep, I did this. Create a Samba share for the drive. So you have to edit the configuration. You add this in the bottom. So Control O, enter, Control X. It's just like, just do these things. And then, sure. Adjust firewall if needed. Sure. Test from another device. But here, you have to put in your IP. Like, that's weird. Usually it's just the host name. You can find your IP. Yeah. Make the mount permanent. Whatever. So again, you always have to keep this. And by the way, if you didn't know, you can't Control C and Control V in terminal. You have to Control Shift C, Control Shift V. If you'd like, you can paste the output of, yeah. So, what a pain in the butt. You know how you share drives on Windows? Right-click share. That's it. You can edit permissions right from right-click share. It is an absolute pain in the butt. And things like if you have a space in your name here, like they don't tell you, but if you have a space, you have to escape it. You'll find something what? So like here, like if my drive is called, so it'll be like slash media slash my user slash. So if this is my drive, then you actually have to do that's your path. Or use quotes. Yeah, but no, if I put it in my, if I go to my file browser, it accepts spaces. But again, look, this is how un-user-friendly it is. Doesn't say. Doesn't say. And you know what? If you search this, it is horrible. The forums and stuff here. Entering the local IP. Why do you do this? There's no IPs needed in Windows. Anyways. So prefs system settings option features top right corner. What? More Windows features as SMB. Like, what is this? Like, what happens if you access via hostname? Like, can you just explain? Did you use Gigolo? Yeah, okay, so everyone says that. But when you're looking for help, no one's helping in simple ways. Like, did you use Gigolo? Combination of these three apps puts the whatever. It's like, what the hell is Gigolo? What the hell is WSDD? But you see how like wholly unhelpful. Like these people are genuinely trying to help, but this is not helpful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, there you go. Connect to server. So here's the other way around. He can't connect to his Windows share. XFAT or FAT32? Are you kidding? FAT32 doesn't even let you have files as big as 4 gigs. And what the hell is ext4? There are many ways of doing things that people tend to just explain this. Yeah, well, that is a big problem. Very difficult. Anyways, the thing is, I hate people that say that it's easy. It's not easy. I've been working on computers since, oh geez, how long has it been? Since like 98. 98. And obviously it's been Windows that whole time. But yeah, I'm just really not a fan. Not a fan. Okay. So we can just start this whenever because I'm actively recording. But yeah, if you have another like distro that I should try, like should I try Ubuntu? Ubuntu download. The thing is, Mint, I think, is really for me. You still use Windows, yeah. So if I plugged in my USB drive, you would probably see that I have, well, I've said it, I have 10 and 11 on my USB drive. And, oh yeah, I wanted to check, when does support end for Windows 10 LTSC? Because I do have LTSC. January 2027. I may just install LTSC. I may not be ready for Linux. Like, I think I'm going to install Linux Mint on my laptop, but I may not be ready for Linux on my PC. Oh, do I have LTSC 2021? I think I do. Yeah. So I can keep using LTSC 10 until 2027 and then migrate to Windows 11 maybe. But it's a little bit sad. I didn't really want to. I wanted to try, extended support. Anyways, the point is I really wanted to try Linux, but it has not gone well. So I'm probably going to any Ubuntu flavor. Can I just download Ubuntu? I don't know what this means. License Ubuntu. Oh, so here, download. Ubuntu flavors. Edubuntu. Kubuntu. Lubuntu. Welcome back. The latest Ubuntu has... I don't want issues. Oh, god damn it. Does this one have problems? Ubuntu Cinnamon? Because I do like the Cinnamon desktop. It's very Windows-like. Oh, another problem with Linux is that... so my home theater PC is on a... my home theater PC is on a TV. Use Xubuntu. Interesting. So on Windows, because my TV is just 1080p, I use scaling, right? So 125 or 150, I don't remember which one is the best. On Linux, you have to go enable even Ubuntu. Oh, god damn it. So on Linux, you have to go in and enable a setting which may or may not be exposed to the user to get non-integer scaling. So by default, you get 100% or 200%. And you have to go find a switch somewhere. If not, you have to do it in the terminal to allow you to get 125, 150, 175. Stupid. Stupid. These are things Windows has been doing since like Windows 98 UI scaling. Why? Also, don't laugh at me. I can't afford two 1440p monitors. In fact, I dream of replacing this one with a 4K and then moving my 4K over to this one, my 1440 to this one. But then I need to put another 1080 up here because or else things don't work. Anyways, I don't think I want to do the piece to camera. Trying to get some software working, found a YouTube tutorial. The resolution was terrible. Go to the website, click files, and download this. Yeah, scary. You paid $170 for a 27-inch 1440p monitor. I will tell you a secret. Both my monitors, the 1080p and the 1080p on the right and the 1440p on the left, they are both 32-inch monitors. I am surrounded in screen and I love it. So I do want to upgrade my main display to 4K because when you do editing, you get to see a lot more of your timeline. So I want a 4K 32-inch for the main display, and then I'm going to move my 32-inch 1440 to the right-hand display. But the issue is this monitor, this one, hello there, that I monitor the stream on. So it is connected from the GPU to an HDMI splitter. One of them is going to the 1080p monitor to the right of my computer. The other one goes to this monitor right here. But eventually I'll have to, anyways, so the thing is that it mirrors the 1080p display. So I need a 1080p display near my computer for when I move things to it. So eventually the goal though is to take that monitor, this one, and put it over here, and then the microscope will go along this side over there, and then I can follow chat by looking either at my monitor over there or my monitor over there, because right now I have them, they're kind of like it just happens that I got a cheap Walmart 22-inch monitor used. I paid like, I think it was 20 bucks for it. And at the distance that it sits from my 32-inch monitor next to my computer, which is that way also, it's the same size. So I can read the chat in the same size. So I want to put it over here, and then I'll be able to read chat still. I'll be talking to you this way. But then that means I can go to my auxiliary desk where this is. I'm probably going to do a Patreon tour of the shop when I clean it up. This one here. There we go. So this is, so if you follow me this way, there's a wall, like here, right? And then, so my 3D printer is here, like along this wall. It's behind me at the moment. It's like there. So essentially, if I put this monitor, one that's here, on this wall, I'll be able to put more stuff on this workbench and follow my stream. Peter would rather one large one. Problem is price. Problem is to get something that is like, I would love an ultra wide, but it's just too expensive. And the way my desk is set up, it doesn't really work for me. But me too, I would prefer a ultra wide. So yeah, eventually my 32-inch 1080 will be on a swivel on the wall, I guess. And then this one is going to be moved over there. Oh, and I also have one more 32-inch 1080 that I used to use. I used to have two 1080s, and that's in the workshop. It's also on an HDMI from that splitter, so I can watch my podcasts over in that room while I'm doing work. But eventually the goal is to monitor my live stream from over there too. So it's all a work in progress. Because this winter I want to clear out space and do some work in there and live stream it. So yeah, so because I don't want to do the piece to camera while I'm live, and I'm also a little frustrated from my Linux stuff, I think I'm going to end it here. And yeah, tomorrow I'm probably going up to the cottage to do some fishing and also to close down the cottage for the season. So I probably won't be here. Monday is a holiday. It's Turkey Day here in Canada, Thanksgiving. So I don't think I'm doing anything special. I'll probably come and stream with you guys. So I'm going to clean up a bit today because I have a podcast to listen to, which means I should be available to do my videos as planned. But thanks everyone for watching. Hope you guys come to the next one. Sorry about these shorter streams. I just I need to get my shit together before we continue. And thank you again, Curtis Ireland, for the special edition hat, which will probably go on the wall somewhere. And yeah, anyways, have a good one, guys.